What up, what up, what up? Bankroll Tim bedded up. 96 Impala SS. 24-inch Forgiatos. Got the front all bolted together. Gotta do the alignment, but I'm setting height right now. I set the springs up with like an 1.5 inch, 1.75 inch spring gap, like I always say about the adjustment plate and the lock collar on the coilovers. So the gap in between there, I leave the lock plate all the way down, and I adjust the height plate wherever, you know, and then I measure in between that. If you watch some of my other videos, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, tubular upper, QA1 control arms, tubular lowers, Viking coilovers, 650 spring. Got to do the alignment, like I said. Once I get the front totally done, because the weight is all the way around on it, I'm on the alignment plates, then I can start ripping the back apart. But with the arm on there, and it's toted or cambered in just a very little bit, and if it's not, when I shim it, it'll go right where I want it. I haven't checked it yet, but what I was saying is 24s, 1.5 inch gap on the spring, got a nice height to it. A lot of people ask me why cars be in my shop like this. Do I do paint and this and that? No, no paint work. This was in the body shop and it came to me, so that way I guess it could harden up or something, and they got to re-clear it. I don't know. I don't get into that. But it's Sunday. What is it? The 9th? Sunday the 9th. I've been in the shop for a few hours today, dealing with this car, bolting it up. The back is gonna be nasty, so I'm probably gonna put the cutlass back next door so I don't get it all dirty again, because like I said, it's all cleaned up. That cutlass right there, like I was saying, the owners were getting the tubular front, upper and lower control arms, QA1, throughout everything. Everything's here. Got the in and outer tie rods, got the adjustable QA1 tie rod sleeves, got the lower arm, got the upper arms. So that's going good. There's the 2 sets of axles, these being the 30 spline for the bubble, and then the other ones being the 26 spline or 28 spline that are going in this cutlass. So once I get this done, which will be in a couple days, hopefully, once I get into the back, you know, putting adjustable boxes on there and stuff, cutting off all the stock mount stuff, putting anti-roll, double adjustable arms, frame notching it for that fat ass wheel. Oh yeah, it's right here. That fat ass wheel. And this one will be good. Then this one will go on this front lift. Bedded up Kustoms. 96 Impala SS. Front end is done. Fully aligned. Got them tubular uppers, tubular lowers, all cleaned up the best I could. Got the sway bar links in it. Got the steering components on it. Got the adjustables, adjustment sleeves, tie rod sleeves. Then move inner and outers. Booyah. Alignment is done, fully done. Car was sitting down, only got like 1.5 inch of wheel gap. Excellent. Oh. The back, starting to do the back. So, like I said, I gotta frame notch it, which again, with all this nasty ass undercoating. So I gotta clean all this off. But I already had the wheel on here. Wheel sticks out a little bit. Like I said, for that 8-inch lip, 24 by 12, 13 overall, I'm taking 3 3/4 inches off of each side, putting the adjustable lower buckets on there, getting rid of that stock ass sway bar, it's getting anti-roll, getting coilovers, frame notch, the full rail, about 1 inch I'll go in, the full rail. Get as far up here as I can, get as far back here as I can, so that way later on, if the car was to get sold or anything like that, and somebody wanted to put 6s, or if he wanted to put 6s on it, boom, you could switch right up to 6s. So that's that. Of course, cut the exhaust off. It's in my way. I gotta put the cross brace across there for the coilovers and for the anti-roll. So I'll be able to get a good video of putting the anti-roll on this. The only thing that sucks is cleaning this thing up. I mean, they undercoated everything, like I said before. What do we got here for shocks? Regular ass shocks, and there's the compressor to ruin my video. I'm over here getting it in late Monday night. I had some other shit I was gonna talk about, but the damn compressor. Let me see if I can run back through the fan and turn it off. Couple of them. It broke the other day. There's the new switch I put on it. Had to put that on. I know it was only like 20 bucks for the switch, but the time I had to take to put it on there. But yeah, again, I know, same shit over and over and over, but that's a fat ass lip. 8 inches lip. 13 inches overall. It's wide as hell. Got a pretty big tire on it too. So that's where we're at on the 96 Impala SS. I'm about to tear the ass end apart tomorrow. Chop it up, narrow it, tuck it as much as I can. It will be tucked though. At least a quarter lip to wheel lip. At least a tire in there. All right, y'all. Bankroll Tim. Appreciate y'all. Still working on the Impala SS. Haven't got as far as I wanted to be at this point, but I had to take some time and start cleaning the shop up myself. You know, if you want something done, you might as well do it yourself. I mean, it's not perfect in here. It never will be. But, yeah, front is all done. Keep wiping the cutlass down. Again, this cutlass will be going on this lift right after I finish this bubble, which should be in a couple days. I work every day. Some days I might put in 5, 6 hours. Some days I might put in 2 hours, but I work every day. I got a lot of other things going on too. So bed it up, bed it up, bed it up. So this, I started taking the steering arms and shit off of it because all the control arms are over there in the boxes. I was back here running the vacuum to suck up all this grime off the floor. So, you guys that keep wanting in and you keep saying that I'm not answering the phone, can't talk to me, this and that. I can't be on the phone. I have to get these cars caught up. Once all these cars are caught up, then I can bring somebody in, which I have a couple people that have been on me for a good, probably a year, easily a year to get in, or wanting to get in, and they will be coming in next. And I will be doing little jobs here and there, like I've always had to. The little jobs is what takes care of everything. Little quick in and out. Anyways, real quick, brakes are fully on this. The control arm bolts and everything are in it. The coilovers are ready to go on it. Brake lines, it needs 2 hard lines for the brake lines. The brake lines will be finished. The front is bled. We got to bleed the brake yet. But there's other things going on with this job. As you can see, every time on the videos, it's me in here. Nobody else is here. I do 90% of the work and set up the jobs and figure out parts and figure out time and figure out labor and figure out everything. It's all custom work. The front of this one, the only thing custom on it is the alignment. But like I said, the front is 100% done. Cotter keys and grease is all in there. The height is set, the alignment's set, boom. But yes, if you all really follow my videos and watch them at least 90% of the way, you will hear everything of what is going on with Bankroll Tim at Battered Up Customs. The GN will be getting some work soon, but this cutlass is mandatory after this bubble. And then the green bubble is mandatory after this cutlass. And that should leave at the same time, and I'll be able to get somebody else over there that I have 3 other cars next door that have to get done too. So, Bankroll Tim, Battered Up Customs. Appreciate y'all. Probably think it's a boring ass video, but it's all good. That's it. What we got going on today in the shop? Shop is cleaned up really nice. As you guys can see, this video isn't just about the shop being clean. It's about this 96 Impala SS, once again. Doing the frame notch on the back. Let you guys see how, still sitting on a lift, but let you guys see how nasty this is underneath here. And I got it down for a reason, but anyways, the frame notch, the debris on the ground. But yeah, I got the car sitting down for a reason. So I can go to this other side. But anyways, it's nasty work. Nasty work. Rear end is cut, there's the end. It ended up being 96 Impala SS's have 2 different length axle rear ends in them. One being like 32 1/8, and the other one being 31 1/8 or something like that. But anyways, this one ended up being the narrower one. So 3 3/4 narrow is what I wanted before, but what I got now is 4 1/4 narrow on both sides. So it should work. But check this out. Bam! What is that? That's that 24 by 12 stuffed underneath there. There's Jello Joe. What the hell? Let's get one what the hell?
What the hell is this?
All right. But yeah, the front, like I said, the front's sitting up because it's still on the lift. But just trying to get a look at how much clearance I got. This side is not frame notched, and the wheel is just sitting up underneath there. So yes, the rear end is not on there, but I should be able to get that out of it at its lowest. The wheel, you would think is touching, but guess what? It still moves. You seen that? So it's up against the frame rail. The frame rail notch is not on this side yet. But the wheel is straight forward, you know, straight with the frame. Boom. Bam. So I have an inch of clearance from the tire to the back of tub. You know what I'm saying? Like from this, you know, here and there. On the back side, I have like an inch. So with the frame notch out of there, boom, the wheel will be able to go in that half distance. Gives me half more clearance out here on the front. It doesn't have to be this low. But that's pretty badass though. I'm trying to get back this way. Let me open this door behind me. Booyah. Booyah. 96 Impala SS, 24s. Rear 24 by 12, 8-inch lip, 13 overall. Stuffed. Coming out a lot better than I thought earlier today when I was cutting everything on that side. So anyways, all right, here we are, y'all. 96 Impala SS, Bankroll Tim, Jello Joe, we out. Battered up, battered up, battered up. It's Monday, I'm in the shop. Still frame notching this 96 Impala SS. I would have worked yesterday, but my boy Big Lou called up and was like, hey, I want you to go with to the city, do some things in Baja. So that's what we did. A lot of you guys saw me out there. And a lot of you guys said what's up. You know, a lot of you guys I don't know by face, but it was all good. It was all good. Appreciate everybody, you know. But all right, so frame notch. As you can see, again, this is just off the left side. That big pile over there is from the cleanup of the right tire, but all these pieces right here. You can see I went like an inch. It would be like an inch and a quarter overall. But it's a messy, messy, messy job. It's nasty. So, what we got going on over here is, like I said a couple weeks ago, the paint that I've been using, they haven't had the right stuff. So I've been using some other stuff, which is obviously higher gloss. A little bit of a ripple right there, and plating it got a little hot with the weld. But you can see how I angled it, like I said. So it's not a step, it's angled. It's got more support too because the pieces are welded behind it. And then there's a piece of 3/16 on the outside. It makes it stronger. Somebody was asking about this area right here. Yeah, this area right here on the back side, what I'll end up doing is I'll clean it up back here and put like a 4-inch by 5-6 inch plate right behind here, which will cover the hole. This ends up being a little bit of a weak spot. I've never seen them break on a box Chevy or a bubble, but anyways, the back, you see a little bit of an angle right where the body mount's at. The undercoating or whatever they put on here, you can see it's, all it did was hide the what do you want to call it, the surface rust that was on the wheel wells. Cleaned it up the best I could. I know this kind of looks shitty because it's really shiny, but you know, a couple days after driving it, it'll be dirty. But all right, so this side over here, you can see I'm fitting it. So like I'm saying, how this is bent in, I weld all the way to there, and when I put the plate over it, it gets a solid weld here, solid weld there, solid weld across the top there. But you gotta play with the pieces, you gotta get them to fit. I cut the bottom from underneath, so you keep the curve in it. So this ain't totally fitted yet, but it's sitting in there pretty good. So I'll see, I gotta trim some of this off. I'll run a level on here and make sure it's plumb, up and down. The car, make sure when you do that, you gotta make sure the car's level. So you can run a level across like any surface underneath the car and make sure the car's level side to side. Then you can run a level up and down here. So if I get this fitted where I want in the measurement, tack it in, boom, move along a little bit, make sure it's plumb, tack it in, boom, boom, see? And then fully weld it. I got my sleeves on today so I don't burn myself up. But yeah, that's where we're at on this. And the rear end is cut, but it's not cut to where I need it. So I still gotta take all this, I gotta cut all these brackets off, put custom control boxes, multiple hole custom control boxes on there, and some bracing. And of course the control arms and all that stuff is getting changed too. The car's not done, but it will be done in a couple days. I know I've said that a lot, but that's where we're at. What's today, Thursday? Still working on 96 Impala SS. There on the rear end. Jump back to that in a second. Two of our uppers and lowers are in. My nephew stopped by last night, put it all together. Steering arms are in there, and our outer tie rods, the adjustment sleeves. It's all bolted up. So as soon as the back gets bolted up, brake lines ran, this thing can be set down on the ground. That way I can adjust the height and the alignment and get it the hell out of here. And that's where we are on that. So you guys can see it again. QA1 uppers, QA1 lowers, Viking coilovers, Wheelwood brakes, QA1 adjustment sleeve, brand new inner and outer tie rods, which are precision. But anyways, all right, that's it for the colors. Back over here, rear end narrowing. I got the ends welded on. I clocked the ends a little bit. As you can see, what I mean by clocked is the end is on there, down this way a little bit. Both of them are at 12 degrees with the degree wheel. The rear end is level, side to side. I don't hide anything. There's a weld, it's got a little pop in it, a little dirt from this rust, but it's sealed up. Just put the boxes on, measured it out, set them where I want to set them. The boxes are also obviously adjustable boxes. The degree on those are at 90. As you can see. So both sides are at 90, straight up and down. They're on the same spot on both sides. You can see with the pinion, probably 0, -1. Everything's set up square. There's the narrowing bar, like I've been telling everybody. The narrowing bar goes in there. The puck holds the end on straight. Like I said, my measurement was from this edge to this edge, 15 3/4. 4 1/4 narrow on both sides on this rear end. This is the original rear end, 8 1/2, 30 spline axle rear end. It's 49 1/2 inches wide from outer axle flange to outer axle flange. And then basic rule of thumb, from here to outer axle is like 2 1/2 inches. So it's 5 inches added onto that. So that would be your outer axle flange to outer axle flange. This is the rear end outer flange there. 49 1/2 inches is my number from outside of here to outside of there. But this thing's rolling along. I'm gonna get these boxes welded up right now. I'm gonna figure out which way I'm gonna do the brace. I think I'm gonna run a brace from the bottom of here to here, which is gonna leave just a little bit of a gap here. But I think if I put a bend in the tube right in the center, I'll have the center touch. I like to do everything different, and then it might get another one inside here, but it's probably not gonna need it. Just the one across should be fine. But yeah, Better Up Customs, Bankroll Tim, rear end narrowing, 96 Impala SS. Trying to get it out the door. I still gotta put the upper cross member in there, cut the spring pockets out, put the upper cross member, do the anti-roll, all that stuff. So that'll be on the next video. Hopefully I'll get as much done as I can get done and get another video or two today. But all right, y'all, Bankroll Tim, bet it up. There it is. I know you guys are probably getting tired of this car, but I'm trying to get it done. All right, still narrowing for this fat ass wheel on this 96 Impala SS. Boom. There's bought rear ends out there, and then there's fabbed up rear ends out there. So, you see I got the buckets all on there. I'm not hiding nothing. Those are the wells. They are what they are. They're not perfect, but they're better than most of the shit out there. Got the coilovers up in there. I gotta pull them down and fully weld the top brackets. Got the anti-roll in there. All adjustable. The anti-roll, you'll see, is on that little bit of an angle because where everything is set right now, the car, when you set it down, will set down 2 inches to set the shock height and all that, the compression. So that's why it's on a little bit of an angle down. Normally I would set it at ride height and build off of there, but pinion angle and all that I got going on with this one, and it being a 24, and how where the wheel has to sit in this area. That's why I fabbed it up this way, but I do it so many different ways all the time. Anti-roll. All right, so the cross brace goes in there. Boom. The anti-roll has tabs. The tabs go on the back side of the bracket on the side right there. So the back side of where the gold nut is, on the back side is the little bracket that goes up there. You position that up there, and you have to weld it, but you can't weld from the outside. You have to weld from the inside to tack it. So up on top, and then around the back. So, you know, the springs and everything would be out of your way. I don't recommend an anti-roll being on, a welding anti-roll like this being on the car with bolt-in coilovers, because the bolt-in coilovers, I think they travel too far, and then it would make the anti-roll travel too far if you're going up on a lift and stuff like that. I don't know, but double adjustable uppers, QA1s are up in there. Double adjustable lowers are up in there. Got all that area for positions. So let's say you were to adjust it and you run out of room, you could move it to here, which would give you more space back, or vice versa. A lot of people don't know that. When you're setting, like the upper arm right there, you want to adjust both. Let's go to this side where there's light. Okay. So you want both sides to be adjusted all the way in. Then you put it in the car, like the car side. And then to line up this side, you hold this and twist this until the hole lines up. Then put it in. Same thing for the other side. That way, both sides adjust the same amount out of here. If one side is showing threads and the other side's not, it's not centered. So then it's gonna throw you off with your adjustment. One side could end up being longer than the other side, which pushes the rear end side to side. But all right, y'all, Bankroll Tim, bedded up 96 Impala SS. I'm busting my ass on it. It's the wife's birthday tomorrow, so trying to get as much done as I can on this, and maybe I'll get it fully welded up here, and then so I gotta take everything back apart, fully weld the top brackets for the coilovers, fully weld the anti-roll stuff, let it cool, paint it all, start bolting everything together, put the gear and all that stuff together. So I might just come in tomorrow for a couple hours and finish bolting it up, and then Sunday possibly have it outside ready to go. All right, y'all, as you can see, the back wheels are on it. I already had it sitting down. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get a nice video of it outside. Ran into just a couple little problems. Front again is 100% done. The back, it tucks nice when it's on the ground. Let's see. So, coilovers, adjustable buckets. These cars, when I narrowed the rear end, these cars, the caliper does sit down a little bit more in the back, but I clocked in just that little bit, so it would bring the caliper down here more. So, you can see the frame notch here, and where the caliper is, but there's still plenty of room. It tucks nice, so it doesn't hit the frame. Plenty of adjustment on the coilover. Plenty of adjustment on the lower control arm box. Got the anti-roll up in there. Everything cleaned, everything's painted. Anti-roll is greased up. Probably should have waited until tomorrow with the daylight outside, have the garage door open. But anyways, I did that brace underneath. Like I said, I was going to. I put a little bend in the middle so it would touch the housing and I could weld to it. Yes, you can weld to cast. You just have to have it very hot. So, but that's a look. I wanted you guys to see. Look at how fat, how much tire that is. Remember, it's 13 inches overall from lip to lip. That's just, I know that light's messing up right now, but man, that's a lot of tire. This is a 295 35? Oh no, 295 30, 24 tire. So it's stretched down there a little bit, but it's still got good sidewall. So I gotta take wheels back off the back. I forgot to lock tight the studs in because they're screw-in studs into the axle. Totally forgot. I noticed when I was putting the lug nuts on, I was seeing a depth change. You can see like this one's in more than this one. So I gotta take the calipers back off, take the rotors off, take the wheels off, blah, blah. Put Loctite on there, tighten all that up. Go through, finish the adjustment on everything that I gotta adjust, which is basically there. That's I've had the car up and down, up and down, up and down, probably about 20 times a day. I've had the back wheels off and on, off and on. I pulled the muscle in my back yesterday and I re-pulled it again today, like in my ribs. So that's why I'm breathing a little fucked up. Not only just because I'm fat. But anyways, it's been kicking my ass. So a couple more little things to adjust on it. Height is already set in the bag. Gotta tighten up the brackets on the bottom of the coilovers. Tighten up these studs. This car will be ready to leave. Well, tomorrow I'll be able to test drive it. So then I'll get a video of it being test driven and get a video of it outside sitting on the ground. So I'll get it here early enough so I can take care of all that. But yeah, y'all, Viking coilovers, booyah. Anti-roll, booyah. Adjustable buckets, booyah. Double adjustable control arms. QA1 uppers. It's all there, looking good. But that's what I got for y'all. And just enough room where it goes up in there. All right, y'all. Bankroll Tim bedded up. Finally done with this 96 Impala SS. 24s. 24 by 12 on the back. 13 inches overall. 8-inch lip. Viking coilovers. It's got some drilled and slotted rotors on it, but like some just basic aftermarket bolt-ons. Got the stock calipers just painted red, which I didn't do, somebody else did. Now it can go back to the paint shop. But yeah, that's all I'm saying about how fat them tires are. The tires are fat as hell. Rear end, it's pretty square. It's square to the frame, but I had to finagle it a little bit because the body of this car is on the frame towards the right. So when I measured from the top of this outside quarter to the inner tub, there was a 1/2 inch to a 3/4 inch difference. So I had to square the rear end up a little bit more with the body. As you can see, that wheel looks like it's out just a pinch more on this side. I know it's little stupid things that people don't see. I'm picky as hell with this, and I want to make everything right. Try to make everything right. I got it running, trying to charge the battery up, but I've always had to jump it since day one. Or maybe I think the key got left on when I was in the other shop. Now remember, this is with half the interior taken out basically. There's no sounds in it. So when my fat ass gets on the back bumper there, it comes down like 3/4 of an inch. So I'm 270 pounds. So system in the car, you know, probably about that, 200 pounds, whatever. So then it's gonna come down that little bit. So, but yeah. Full turn in the front, obviously it's 24. This side, right here, right behind the tire, I think because this tire's a bigger tire, but there was one little spot. I had to dent in the inner wheel on right there and trim off the bottom just a little bit, because it was barely touching. But yeah, she's dirty as hell, and she's gonna be getting picked up. Well, I'm gonna call them here in a little bit, see if they want to come get it today. If they want to come get it today, I'll wait. They're gonna trailer the gray Pontiac Bonneville G-body that I did, trailer it out here because I think one of the upper control arms came loose and the rear end slid over just a little bit. So that needs to get fixed, but he wants to trailer this anyways, and they're from the same area, so they can trailer that one out here and pick this one up. I can adjust that one and we can drive it home. But they'll probably want to do it tomorrow. Anyways, y'all, there it is. 96 Impala SS, 24 by 12, 8-inch lip. Rolling, all set, alignment set, stance is all right. And yeah, I know it took me a little longer to do it, but every single thing on this car I touched myself, just like most of the cars. I take all the cars completely apart. I put all the cars completely together. Some cars, you know, well, it's been a while, but some cars before, I'd have my brother narrow the rear end, stuff like that. But hey, it is what it is. Bankroll Tim, bedded up Kustoms. I ain't hiding nothing. And I'm out. Appreciate y'all.